Achill Island is famous for its stunning views, exciting activities and its sheep. They are everywhere on the island, freely roaming and grazing the lands, and they're one of the reasons why we are here today. I've come to Achill Island to meet 7 generations of a local family who have been farming black-faced mountain sheep since 1866. They're the local award-winning Calvey family who specialise in the world-renowned Achill mountain lamb. Since 1962, Calveys have been preparing black-faced lambs in their own abattoir and butchery on the island, ensuring that only the finest meat is selected. But what is it that makes their lamb so delicious?
We're doing what is tradition in our family and using traditional skills. In our abattoir, for example, it's all done by hand. Everything is done by hand. It's with time, and the skills are the old-fashioned skills. Everything is done the old-fashioned way in the abattoir, and the abattoir is on our farm. It's the only abattoir in Achill, and it's the Achill Lamb abattoir. And then we also have our butchers as well. We're using traditional skills, the artisan skills, the cutting and crafting by hand. Those very unique things add to the whole flavour and taste of our product as well. That it's slaughtered in a particular way, that it's butchered in a particular way, enhances the flavour as well. And that's something that chefs really, really appreciate. It's what's called provenance, and it's very important to people in sourcing their food, and that they know that we're the Calvey family here on Achill Island. We've been butchering and supplying Achill mountain lamb since 1962, and that people know that we have full control over the entire process. We say it's a gift of nature, which it is. We add nothing except our tradition and our skills, and in doing that we can bring to the customer a very unique and special product. When Gráinne says it's 100% Achill traceability, we mean exactly that. Not just that the live lambs are sourced here in Achill, but that everything that happens to the lamb is here in Achill and here at Calveys in Keele.
Well, I'm off into the hills of Achill to meet Martin Calvey to find out what makes Achill lamb so unique.
Oh, the difference is the terrain that we farm them on. You see, if you can see, it's all rough mountain, never been cultivated. Okay. It's exactly as God made it, and it's never been cultivated. There's no fertilisers on it, but there's a lot of different grasses and a lot of different herbs, and those sheep are allowed to roam free. There's no fencing.
Okay. There's about
20,000 hectares. They can be here today, 2 miles away tomorrow, the same sheep.
So do you find there's huge interest then amongst butchers for your lamb then?
Oh, we find a great interest because they're unique in one sense, that they're free to roam for miles and miles, and they're very rarely ever caught in their life. The farmer usually comes to my abattoir with 10 or 12 sheep, and there are 10 or 12 lambs. Those lambs, I could safely say, were never handled by man until they arrived there. And that's a great added advantage to them. And right. The fact that he walks them, they're never transported, and the fact that the abattoir is in the village. And all the farmers and myself, the farms around, are 5, 10, 20 minutes walk. So the lambs are never, ever excited. Keep them nice and cool, calm, collected. That adds to the meat being tender. If the lamb gets upset, his meat wouldn't be very nice. So we have to make sure that it's done to perfection.
And when do you know actually when the sheep are ready then for butchering and that? You do it different than other sheep.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
It's in layman's explanation. The explanation is, when you would have been much younger, and would have been where there was a number of young ladies. There's always that one that draws
the eye.
Attention. I cast the eye over the lambs, and I can safely say, yes, 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 maybe not you. Something the same. Your eye tells you. I worked with the eye all my life, found it very successful. The fact that they're reared locally is number one. They're reared locally, they're farmed locally, they're slaughtered locally. They're the 3 key things to
and
my
it's all
lamb.
done handcraft.
Handcraft, you've done it for years. You've done it for
not
years.
Machines or anything.
No, all handcraft.
Wonderful. As Martin said, it's the handcrafting that helps set Achill Lamb apart from the rest. And my trip to Achill has brought me back to Calveys Butchers to meet Grania and to learn what goes into delivering their product. Grania, how did you learn your craft?
I learned my craft from my father. He himself is a master butcher, and through watching him and following him, I learned the craft of butchering the whole lamb and how to cut it up, how to do it in the proper handcrafted way. And from then I have obviously upskilled in the later years, but that is first and foremost where my craft came from. And not only has it passed down through our generations in our family, but also our consumers, our generations. Their mothers bought their lamb, their grandmothers bought the lamb, and so the customers are actually going through the generations as well as ourselves.
But what exactly are customers getting for their money?
In the lamb you have the 2 legs of lamb, which is the back end of them here. This is the middle part, and this is the loin of lamb. This is where your centre loin lamb chops come from, and your little cutlets. And then we have the front part, which is the shoulders. And in the shoulders we have your lamb shanks. This is your lamb shank here, and this is your shoulder. This is where your jigget lamb chops come from, if you get it cut up. Some people get it cut up, some people get it left at whole and use it as a roast, or some people might get it boned and rolled. Take the bone out and roll it up and stuff it maybe, and have it as a second roast.
Now you're sending your Achill Lamb all over the place,
Yeah.
and you cut it all up to specifications, is that right?
That's right, it's all cut individually for the customer.
And what's special about this lamb from your point of view?
Well, our lamb is very special, Henry. I mean, they are totally 100% Achill. They graze on our lovely mountains. The heather, the mosses, the lichens, on the salt marsh out there. The flavour is totally unique to Achill Island. To Achill Island. I mean, it's different than any other lamb people have tasted, and people say that all the time. They tell me that, you know, gosh, there really is a difference. It really is so nice, so sweet. There's a sweetness about the flavour, and people say that all the time, that it's so different. So tender, subtle and juicy. You know, it's nice and juicy when it's cooked. It doesn't dry out.
Want to just try it there now.
Yeah, doesn't it?
So people get it, then you send it away, or they can come in here, tourists
Yes,
coming in
or
here.
they can come in here and
Achill.
pick it up, yeah.
Yeah, and they can even phone you.
And they
even
can-
personal service.
Given the personal
Gordon.
service, they can phone me and I will discuss with them how they may like to have it cut, how they may like to have it packed, what day they should expect delivery, and I can take card payments over the phone, and we arrange delivery and send it off to them.
No matter what you order, you can be sure that it'll be 100% Achill, made and delivered in a professional manner. And after seeing the process that goes into preparing the lamb here at Calveys, I can't recommend it enough. So if you're in Achill, pop into them. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.